Hey YouTube, it's Apex Viper 1 hitting you back with finally another video review. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube. A lot's been going on. I'm going to be starting to get into editing, so hopefully I'm more constant and more consistent videos and content for you. For now, I'm finally back on though in my usual Wonder style. I have another belt to show. It's one I kind of picked up on a spur-of-the-moment kind of thing. I was at a Smackdown live taping, and the opportunity just presented itself. I did a little kind of money spending, rule bending, whatnot like that. It was kind of a combination, Christmas, birthday, blah, 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 blah. So I was able to pick it up. I'm super excited because I can make more stuff for you guys. But yeah, it's another blustery day in Minnesota. There's not too much snow on the ground, so it's not a snowy Minnesota like usual, like I normally film. But you know, mid-January, it's cold. Yeah, so without further ado, let's start my review of my new piece. It is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship replica belt. Like I said, I was at a Smackdown, spur of the moment. It was the first new belt I ever bought. Came with the cloth carrying bag, had the foam over the top. Came with a little baggie of jewels and stuff, which hopefully I'll never have to use, but we'll see. Yeah, I think overall, of all the belts I've had and all the belts I've seen, this one is the best replica I've seen in a while. The strap is great. It's not perfect. It's not leather. It's their usual simulated leather stuff. I think they listed as polyurethane on the site. But yeah, so it's got good flex to it. They really picked up their game in design and stamping and detail. It looks really good. I have my big logo out here for comparison. One big thing that's going to be a point that I'm going to bring up in a couple of minutes here for comparison is that this one is the actual replica. The plates are metal. It is heavy. My big logo, of course, if you remember back to my other video, is commemorative. It is plastic plates. But anyway, we will start with the main piece, as we usually do, from left to right. I usually say these are the female snaps. I will not do that in this video. These are the male snaps. They are 2x8. They're in a really well-tooled snap box. The one thing, my one kind of gear grinding, is that on this one, they went back to the sewn-on patch box that's just made out of the backing textured leather. Instead of, as you see on this one, it is the imitation tooling with no stitched-on snap box, which is fantastic. It makes the strap a little more flexible. But it looks way better with the tooling. The stamping looks good. It looks way better on the other belt, which we're going to get to right here. It has the usual a Midwest snap box. I do like Jamar. Midwest is probably my favorite. I just enjoy classic belts. I like Midwest tooling. Now we come to the side portion, which is, by and large, far superior to previous straps. You can see how deep the stamping is. It is stamping, it's not tooling, but it looks really good. And it looks like tooling. Like right there especially, you can see in the light, the WWE is really deep. It's framed well. It actually has tooling inside the box around it. The Aztec box tooling is still kind of not really knowing what it's doing. You know, the corners come together with each other. This infamous corner down here still has those boxes doing a do-si-do. They have that on the older titles too. You can see that right there. They're still grabbing onto each other, swinging to and fro and whatnot. But for what it is, it looks really, really good. This tooling is so deep and amazing. It looks really good for being imitation. This is not real tooling. This is stamping. Moving on from that side spot, you've got your shell tooling around the entire frame of the main guts of the belt, you know, with the side plates, center plate, and whatnot. I did put my Brock Lesnar plate on there. I think it just looks good with the combination of the red with the swoosh and the black with the leather. I like the Brock side plates as well because Brock Lesnar was the first one to hold this title. I think that really makes it look good. It's got a good curve to the plates. You can see the side plate has a good curve. Even the old ones, you can see right there, they have a good curve. Now, onto the sidebar. It's still the same as usual. It's pretty shallow. The one on TV is a lot more raised. I think it's like 5-6 mils. The one on the replica is just fine. They are what they are. They're the same as on that one. Now we get to the main plate. I have things I like, and I have things I definitely think they would change, or they should change. For example, some of the things I like is on the World Heavyweight Champion banner. They took away the big one that says champion. I think that was a minus on this stuff. Just having to be on TV and how quickly these belts move. And especially with how a lot of them look similar nowadays. Unless you have like the defining points of like the leather, color, stuff like that. They all look the same. They're all in the create a title suite and they just bumped on different colors. I don't really like that. I don't like that they made the type so small. It's fine. It's what they have. It's worked. One thing I do like is that on the World Heavyweight Champion banner, they have curved the insides of the black, whereas before they were very pointy, very static. On both of these TV ring used belts, these parts are curved. They did not finish the curving on the rest of the sections, though, which kind of peeves me. What do you do? I am growing to like the network logo. It's very stiff. It's very rigid. It's very modern. I do like the swish underneath with the red kind of plastic acrylic stuff in there. I do like that they didn't do it in stones to make the shape. It looks really good. It looks really, really strong. Stuff like that. I do like that under the WWE, there is tooling. It's stamped tooling, but it looks really good. It looks like leather tooling. And I do like how they had it going completely underneath the W. They don't have any of it framed like on the big logo. How here, it's still got the tooling underneath, but you can see right there perfectly above the champion banner that it's framed. It's got a spot where the tooling stops. It's very well beveled in the re-leathers and the ring-used belt. I was going to say prop. That's not right. As far as I can see, the tooling on the TV belt, the one, you know, that Daniel Bryan has right now before he turns it into hay or whatever he's going to do, the tooling goes completely underneath the W. And we're going to see the interesting way that they put that on in my next video. I'm going to do an inside the belt review of this belt where I take the plates off, I show you the underside of the plates, I show you how the side plates go on, what they did to make the side plate holding different as compared to previous belts. I'm going to show you the kind of center of the strap, what it looks like inside the screw hole, stuff like that. But that will be for another video, which you must tune in for next video. Yep, that's you. You gotta watch. Yeah. Anyway, so that'll be really interesting how they did that tooling underneath this main plate. But on we move. We have the next side plate, or side bar. You can see the shell tooling goes all the way across. It is really well done shell tooling. It's nice and deep. It looks really cool. I like how they kind of glossed this strap a little bit, so it looks like actual, like, glossed over oil-based dyed leather. It is not, but it makes it look really, really close. So we move on. We have the next side plate. It's pretty much mirrored of the other one. Same amount of stones, big one up here in the corner. Lesnar side plate, because reasons. Then you go on to the next side spot of tooling, and this is where it really shines. You can see where, right there, you can see where the stamping looks like tooling. It's really deep. It looks really great. The WWE logo is nice and rounded and deep. You can see how low that goes. And then it continues to the male snap box. Again, exacerbated sigh, sewn on patch box. It's not the tooling. It's just fine. I am not going to like it, especially how they sewed it at a corner, at a nice right angle right there, so it didn't follow the curves of the tooling. But nicely tooled around, nicely beveled. Gold tip, of course, with surprisingly not a lot of fingerprints. I'm all right with that. All right. That being said, we continue on to the back of the strap, which is that textured backing stuff. And you can see over here the back of the patch box, the sewing in. You got the little screws that hold in the gold tip, and we're going to go right like that. What up, YouTube? Yeah, and you can see right there is a great example. Well, they did curve it a little bit in that corner, but it's pretty right angled right there. It does not follow the tooling. This is a nice floppy strap. You can see it's not real leather. It doesn't have the flop of real leather. But like if it was real leather, it would stay right there. It would be flat down. It does have good motion to it. It does have good weight. You can see the screws that hold all of the plates in. You got 4 on the side plate, 2 for the personalized. I always want to say nameplate. The character plates, there's for the sidebars. The screws that hold on the main plate. And you've got your good old patch, licensed WWE official authentic, blah de blah de blah de blah de blah, super cool, awesome, chocolatey, great championship belt. This one is straight up available on shopwwe.com. This one is a 2015 replica. This is the first of the newer ones that I've gotten that's not done by Figs. They went away a long time ago, and WWE started doing their own stuff. My closest one is probably my Intercontinental belt. That was just on the end of when Figs was doing it. It still has the Figs patch. My big logo had a sticker, actually, so that I think was really nice that I could take it off. I still have it, but at least the back of the belt looks like a strap of real leather. But continuing on, you have the screws on this side, sidebar, side plates, name side plate, disc screws right there, pardon me. The one imperfection, at least with this belt, I'm not sure if it was how it was packaged. You see some pokes right there in the strap. Nothing tore, it's just a little poke. That's all it is. Just, I don't know if it was how it was stacked. Anyway, continuing on, we have the back of the male snaps. You can see the beautiful stitching of the patch box goes all the way to the end. Yeah, and it is pretty flexible on this side too. When you get to the patch boxes, it's pretty stiff because it's that second layer, of course. But it's got good flex. It does have good flex. And you will see that it does have a bit of a curve because one of the points I'm going to touch on in my inside the belt is that these plates are stacked plates. They are probably about 4 or 5 mils thick, but on the inside of the plate, they're a little hollowed out. So that thins them up a little bit. And if you're really careful and bend in exact spots, you can curve it like on TV. These do not come this curved. This one is my a commemorative belt. It is a plastic set of plates, like I said. They come pretty flat. That's how flat they come. And a great example, if I can get my fingers out of the way, is you can see how flat that is to the floor. There's almost no space in between there. I do have an empty other hand because my AJ Styles gloves don't like my screen for recording. But then you go to this belt and you can see to the other side of the belt. There is curve. My fingers can fit under there. If you're really careful about what you're doing, you can curve these to make them more TV accurate. You can probably do that on the replica version of that as well. I can't on that one, obviously, because it's commemorative. But this one you can curve. So that, my friends, was finally another review from Apex Viper 1. Thank you for hitting me back. I appreciate all my subscribers, everybody who sticks around, all my views. Thank you so much, guys. Keep watching. Keep your eyes open for my next Inside the Belt review. For now, once I get my fingers out of the camera, that is it. Too sweet. To the belt. We will see you guys later.